Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Oh shit, that's a bee. That is a fucking bee. That's a fucking bee. And I'm trying to record my first video. Okay. Well, what is up, Vape Nation? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chorizo Productions. My name is Alec Garzaba. And we're gonna do little things different. This channel was meant to be about movies, but I think we're changing that. And we're gonna put cars in it too, because I like cars and I can do whatever I want. Uh, Today we have a 2008 Toyota FJ Cruiser. Now, we're starting off with a special one. This car is my first car of all time. I've never had another car, but this baby has put me through thousands of miles, and this girl has seen half the state. And yeah, this car is very special to me. And we'll be reviewing this car. And I gotta come up with something with the intro, but I'm gonna put like California Girls maybe in the beginning. This is fucking bee, and I hate it. There's like a bee trying to fucking sting me right now. All right. As you can see, there's no fucking space here. That was my fault because I parked a shit job. But I'm trying to just like kind of cutely bike, but these fucking bugs are everywhere. So here we have the engine. Now this baby makes 500 horsepower, and I'm just bullshitting. I always wanted to put a supercharger in this car, but I never could. But well, anyway, let me run you through the specs. So this engine is a VVTi V6 4.0 liter Toyota engine. This was commonly used in like 4Runners and FJs and FJ Cruisers. And this car, and what's famous about this engine is how, if I can remember correctly, it's just like it was a competitor to the VTEC, which is what Honda was making at the time. And this was like early 2000s to maybe late 90s, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Feel free to correct me anytime in the comments. Uh, just don't be like a bitch about it, please. I have feelings too, you know. No, but I'm just kidding. But the VVTi engine, what was special about it at the time was its capability to match RPMs and giving a better miles per gallon for the driver while he's driving. And as you can see, you have your little logo right here. It says VVTi V6, and it has your little Toyota emblem. This is your little cover. You got your washer fluid right here. You got your power steering right here, and you check your engine oil. And you can check all your stuff here. And you got your battery right here, and your brake fluid over there. And this engine is, I'm gonna be honest, not the best with gas. It gets 17 miles per gallon, and it is, and on the city and the highway, it gets between 16 and 20 miles per gallon. This is it does contain valve timing and is variable, and the transmission is a 5-speed. Usually came with automatic and rarely a manual. Only like 1,000 being sold with a manual. And a part of the suspension was it was a 4-wheel drive independent suspension. Fuck. And you can go between rear-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. I don't even know if I'm in the shot. This is perfect. Anyway, otherwise great car. The engine great for its capabilities, great for the driver. How I drove it maybe is the reason why I never got a good gas. But then again, in this fucking country, there's no such thing as good gas. But but yeah, no, I don't know. People might flame me for that. But yeah, and now moving inside into the interior. All right, now moving into the interior. This is like a fuck these bugs, bro. So we got anyway. Let's show off the interior. So in the interior, you got your little Bose speakers. You have one right here, one over there, and one over there. None in the back. And what was very cool about this car is that it is one of the few cars that have, fuck me, that have a suicide door. So these suicide doors were very common, and they're in within all FJs. And the amount of times I had to explain to people that these doors open up in a different way. No, ahorita estoy haciendo un proyecto de escuela. No, no, no. Es mi carrito. Sí, ahorita. Ok, ahorita. And but yeah, and then you have these floor mats here. They usually say FJ right here, but this thing has fallen off. And then no clutch, no manual. You have your little pedal here so you can rest your left foot. You have your brake so right here, and then you have your accelerator right over there. And then here, coming on the stick, it doesn't have one of those gay little buttons, and so it has a park, reverse, neutral, drive, 4 low, 3 low, 2, and then just low. But the only time you would use these are when you're towing something in the back. And now the interesting part here, you have your high 2, high 4, and I think your low, neutral, and then low 2, like right here. And then in order to initiate this, you have to put this into neutral here, and then hold it back, and then you'll go into all 4-wheel drive. Currently, this thing is in rear-wheel drive, but yeah. And then here you have a WMA MP3 player, and then you have all these little nice little cool gadgets and shit. I low-key miss these. These are what make cars awesome to me and make them fun and enjoyable. I don't don't get me wrong, CarPlay is cool and all and shit, but nothing will beat this shit. And then you have your hazard lights, actually no wait. I think this is anti-fog. I don't think I've ever used this button. I don't know what this button is. Actually, I think it's anti-fog. I'm not 100% sure. But here you have your controls, so you can you have between 5 choices: off, low, high, low, medium, and high. And then here you can control the AC. Here you can control where it goes. So this one can go to the windshield and your feet. I never in my life have ever felt the AC blowing on my feet in this car, but that just might be me. And then there's regular one here, blowing from here in these AC vents. And then you have just this one solo. And then yeah, and then you have your steering wheel here, your Toyota. Never changed it. Low-key love this shit. I love this steering wheel. I'm so glad it's not metal, because if it was metal, and I leave my car outside, and so if it was metal, this shit would be so hot, I would burn myself every day. And then you have your blinkers here. This is how you would turn your lights. This is to turn on your high beams. And you also have this little cool thing. This adjusts the seat, so you're able to bring it down or up. And then you have that's how you turn your lights. You can move. Now this is fucking cool. I don't see this often in any new cars or any modern cars. Excuse me, there's a fucking bee right here. But it's just a really cool thing you don't see. But anyway, you can click on the left and you can move the mirrors around. Click on the right, same thing. And what's cool is that Toyota knows that, well, at least 2000s Toyota knows what their audience is and what they're gonna do. And so they leave these fucking buttons here. And yeah, like here I got the rear wheel differential lock and the parking sensor. But there's these other buttons that offer so much customization, and it is perfect, like legit perfect, down to the last minute detail. This car has so much things you can do. You can put a roof rack on this thing, but I fucked up when I made the roof rack. I accidentally swapped some of the things, and it proceeded to leak in the entire car every time it rained, and it would just form a puddle right here. But yeah, this car's awesome. Also, that little dent, I have no idea where this came from. I've had this since I've had the car, and this shit is completely funny. But anyway, And then you got up here your airbags. There's in total, I think, four. One right there, one over there, one over here, and there's one over here. And as far as it goes with, there's a lot of room in this space. I've had friends that are like, what, 6 foot and be able to enter this car. And the trunk space back here, also don't mind the fucking soccer cleats, by the way, and the book. Put you on some game over here. City of God by St. Augustine. And then you have your space back here. Don't mind that shit. It's where my dog usually goes. Tito. And he fucking likes to tear it up back there. He looks like there was a little house party. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for the interior. Um, Overall, great car. Offers great capabilities, and even though it's an automatic, and there's nothing wrong with automatics except I mean, a manual is always way better, and you can always swap a manual. I've seen like prices that go from 2,500 to 5,000, and the amount of capabilities you can do with this car is immeasurable and amazing, and just yeah, no, it's actually fantastic, and this car is great. Now, moving on to the outside, closing this door, we have out here. We have out here. We got this wheel in the back. So here's your extra wheel, and it still has the original wheel. I've never changed it. This top is always a bitch to get off though. But the amount of times my friends have stolen it in high school, um, it's not funny. Cash, Luca, you stole my fucking wheel. But I love this cover though. It's one of the original covers. And actually, I don't know if it's one of the original covers, but I think it is when it came from the industry or the stock. It's a stock cover. And then you have your headlights here. Beautiful fucking headlights, which is awesome because these are circle, which gives an homage to um, the original FJ Cruiser from the 70s and throughout the 60s. And it's a beautiful homage. And Toyota definitely knows how to market. There's a wasp right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but Toyota definitely knows how to market their cars and knows their audience. There's, I can just glaze this car all day, and it's coming from it's coming from a bias, but no, yeah, this car is great. Overall, the car is a 10 out of 10. Like, come on. No, not really. It's more like a 7 out of 10. But otherwise, this car is great. And I've already mentioned how in love with this car I am. And there's these bugs that are surrounding me right now. Anyway, it's just this car is wonderful. I mean, I've had so many memories in this car. This car means the most to me because it is my first car, and this is I think this will be a great way to open the first video. Anyway, moving on from that, moving on. Some other things I didn't get to mention. There is traction control. There is stability control as well. There's a front and rear head airbags, as I mentioned in the car, in the interior. And there is an e-brake, which is something you don't get to see mostly often. Usually it's a little gay little button. I don't know why I did this motion. But you have your little stick here, and it's on the right side, so it's not on the other side, as you would say in a right-hand drive car, or in a Japanese car. I mean, well, this is a Japanese car, but as in like other parts of the world, there are front and rear ventilated discs. Then the fuck did I write here? Share similarities with the the Prado, and there's 3 windshield wipers, which is something you don't see. You only see that in actually Hummers, so that's what makes it cool. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, could be wrong, the Hummer, either the Hummer took the idea of the 3 windshields, or this car took the idea of the 3 windshields from the Hummer. I'm not 100% sure, but I might have to check that one. Um, and uh, as mentioned there, yeah, 3 windshield wipers, and they're let's just say, to put it nicely, is a large ass blind spot in the back, especially when driving. It is a bitch to see behind me, and it is a scary thing. One time I almost ran over a Camaro, and it was a girl that I liked. Yeah. Anyway, and so there are large blind spots in the back, and there's no review, there's no camera, so you won't. There will be no way to see what's behind you. Only if you install a camera with like a CarPlay, or if you get, I believe, the 2011 or older models of the Toyota FJ Cruiser. I think they come with a, I think, a backup camera. If not, that's lucky sick as fuck. And I think we should all learn how to drive without a backup camera. And I think we should just learn how to drive with blind spots, like low key. It makes us a 10 times better driver. Because some people are fucking stupid, bro. Anyway, as I digress. Some people, like, you ever see that mom got Honda Odyssey that like pulls out at like HEB, Publix, or wherever you live? I'm really dating myself. But you see like a Honda Odyssey back up, and you're pushing your shopping cart, and then just hits you. Yeah, that's happened to me before. It's not fun. Yeah. I love you, HEB. I miss you. Anyway, yeah, and so anyway, uh, special versions of this car were the Trail Team edition, which was made TRD, and was made here, I believe, in the U.S. and was, um, I think, made in 2011. I'm not 100% sure, but this car debuted in 2003 at the Detroit Auto Show, and thanks to, please forgive me if I butcher this name. Also, there's a fucking fly right here, and it's pissing me off. I don't know if the mic can pick it up, but thanks to Akio Toyoda and Akio Nishimura, we have this baby here today, and without them, I would not have this car. Now, for the moment you're all been waiting for, let's hear this baby start up, shall we? All right, now we're gonna turn on the car, and I'm putting this shit right next to the muffler. So, or the exhaust. Sorry. And all right, let's see how this bitch sounds.
Quick side note, what you're about to hear is absolute fucking torture. And I don't know in whose right mind or what fucking shit I was smoking, but putting the mic right next to the exhaust was not the best idea. And this mic is genuinely trash. I'm recording this on my iPhone mic, and this is way better than this fucking $25 mic off Amazon. Fuck that mic. Anyway, you're about to witness absolute terror. So, bear with me for a moment. But yeah. Anyway, back to the video.
All right. So now you put the engine. Now let's see how she fucking drives. So we'll take it for a little drive. We'll do some exterior shots, like Top Gear. But we don't have the luxury of a fucking ring of a racetrack. But we got this though. So hopefully the camera doesn't fall. as I'm driving, because that'd be a pain in the ass. You should see the setup. It is the most goofiest thing. I have this seatbelt holding this thing. She's warmed up. She's been fired up. Now let's hear this bitch. Oh, fuck. Okay, dismount is always the hardest part. Oh, shit. Let's see how good she does. I'm not gonna try and push it. I'm not like fucking Takumi in the A86. That'll be a cool ass car to review. I've only seen it once in my life, and that might be one of my dream cars. Beautiful car, going 25, feels nice. I mean, this car for 100, and by the way, this car is 186,000 miles. Toyota knows how to make a good ass fucking car, without a doubt. Suspension's still good. I mean, it's still, everything is still stock. When I got it, it was just beautiful. I mean, like, what can you say, dude? Toyota knows how to make a good and reliable car. They can also make a fun one. Just look at the MR2, the 86. I mean, it's just, what is there to say? Toyota knows how to make a damn good car and make it reliable, make it fun. They are a driver's driver. This car, though it didn't get as much traction in Japan, definitely got all the traction it needed in America. And and it would be awesome for Toyota to bring it. I mean, there's definitely talks of it in I think it was in an auto expo somewhere. I don't even know. But this car might become electric. If it becomes electric, and I have no problem with electric cars, they're just not my cup of tea. And no disrespect to people who love Teslas or who love Lucids or who love whatever the fuck the new electric car is right now. But don't get me wrong, I think this car should not become an electric car. This car should stay with its V6 and just stick to being true to what it used to be or what it is. This is a homage. This is what pays tribute to the original FJs, and it doesn't need to be like that. It doesn't need to be a Bronco, even though it kind of looks like a Bronco. It doesn't need to be a Jeep. It doesn't need to be anything. This is an FJ Cruiser. This is a beautiful car, and I like it drives smoothly. This is a car that's almost as old as me. It's an 18-year-old car. Yeah, this car is as old as me. It might be older than this car. I don't even know. But it is a great car nonetheless. And hang on, I'm reversing. Got the kids out here playing soccer, bro. Speaking of, shout out to Mexico and Portugal tonight. I hope Mexico plays well, and hopefully Santiago Jimenez doesn't get fucking injured. And hopefully Chucky Lozano. Oh, look, that shit is not a Hennessy. This is a Ram. These two Rams. No, bro. And like, I have no disrespect to American cars. Awesome, great. They're fun in a straight line, but they're not as fun on corners. Except the Dodge Viper. That's like one of my top dream cars to review. But as you can tell by now, I love Japanese cars. And I guess this is the segment where I talk about myself. But Japanese cars are truly one of the best cars of all time. And they're my favorite. I think my dream, I'm going to say it now, I'm going to speak into existence, is to review a 1989 or 90s GTR, specifically an R32. I could gawk about that car all day, and that's my dream car. My dream is to paint it in the Calsonic livery from the Group C days. I think it was in Group C or Group E. And just, yeah, no, I fucking love that car. Anyway, enough about the car. Let's talk about me. This YouTube channel is supposed to be not just about movies. And I want this to be a place where people can come and share their ideas. I mean, look, I'm just an 18-year-old kid, and I'm just speaking things into the existence, into the internet. And I just want to share my love for cars here, for movies, and for topics around the world. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, I've always wanted to do this. I've always looked up to Top Gear, Jeremy, Richard, Captain Slow, and I've always looked up to Best Motoring, like a Japanese. I don't know, might be niche. And I've always looked at the Initial D. I mean, cars have always been a big thing in my life, just as much as movies are. And I'm still working on that short film that's been a pain in the ass for so long. All right, we're gonna take a dip into a neighborhood, but it's great, and I'm very happy, and I would like this place to be a good place for people. And this is meant to be in a world of full of hate. I think this place, or what I want this channel to be, is a place where creativity and love and peace can flow through. And I just want to share the things that I like, and I want to hear more things from other people. I love hearing people's opinions, and I think that's something we don't hear enough. We don't listen enough. We just talk, and I think that's what's wrong with modern day. But man, enough philosophical. This is probably the end of the video. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, and I'll catch y'all later. And we might review next time a Lexus RCF 2015. Who knows? We'll see. All right, catch y'all later. Peace, y'all.